Have you ever listened to a jazz solo that just seemed to dance and weave, full of surprise and energy, never quite settling into a predictable groove? That feeling of spontaneous motion is one of the most exciting aspects of jazz music. Yes, absolutely. Rhythmic patterns are not just allowed to change in jazz solos. They are fundamentally expected and encouraged to evolve constantly. This dynamic reshaping of rhythm is a core characteristic of improvisation and what makes each solo a unique, living creation. This constant rhythmic fluidity is driven by several key factors. First, the soloist is often engaging in a musical conversation with the rhythm section, responding to drums and bass. Second, varying rhythmic patterns creates tension and releases, keeping the listener engaged and adding emotional depth to the musical story being told. It is how a jazz musician expresses their personal voice beyond just the notes they choose. A jazz soloist achieves this by employing techniques like syncopation, which places accents off the main beats, and by using rhythmic displacement, where a melodic phrase starts at an unexpected point in the measure. They might also play ahead of or behind the beat, a concept known as playing with the time feel, to create a sense of urgency or relaxation. Listen for moments when a phrase feels like it is rushing forward, then suddenly slows down, or when a steady eighth-note line gives way to a burst of quick 16th notes. True masters of jazz improvisation, like Charlie Parker or Miles Davis, were renowned for their ability to manipulate rhythm with incredible freedom and precision. This advanced rhythmic understanding allows them to create solos that are not just technically brilliant, but also deeply expressive and unpredictable, always keeping the music vibrant. They often build rhythmic motifs, repeating and developing them, then completely abandoning them for something new, all within the structure of the song. So, when you hear a jazz solo that feels alive and unpredictable, remember that it is the soloist's masterful manipulation of rhythmic patterns that brings that music to life. This ability to constantly shift and evolve rhythm is what allows jazz improvisation to be such a creative and compelling form of musical expression, giving each performance its own distinct pulse and personality.